G'day guys, my name's Josh, you can call me Jawoodle, and welcome to the start of by far the biggest project I've ever embarked on. This is my 2000 Mk4 Toyota Supra, my pride and joy, my favourite car that has ever existed, and it always has been as well. Somewhere at my mum's house, buried in a back room somewhere, is a big box chock-a-block full of drawings that I did when I was like 6 years old. All of Supras. These days though, the itch is only getting stronger. The little voice in the back of my head that whispers oh so sweet nothings to me deep down in my ear holes is getting harder and harder to ignore. There are things I want to do with this car that if I don't do it now, I may never get the chance to do it. So now's as good a time as any to grab some tools and give it a whirl and transform this bulk stock factory spec Supra into something straight out of Need for Speed Underground 2. Body kit, spoilers, wheels, underglow, performance upgrades as well. The whole lot's gonna transform this 20-year-old car into something that Josh from 20 years ago always dreamed of. There is, however, one big problem, one giant elephant in the middle of the room that we have to somehow hurdle. I'm just a gaming YouTuber. I don't have any mechanical experience in me at all. Like, not one iota. Yeah, I've done like an oil change and changed a flat and stuff like that, but like proper mechanical stuff, anything above tinkering? Nah, haven't got the foggiest of a sausage of what to do. So somehow, through nothing but sheer determination, a lot of Googling, and hopefully a lot of luck, we'll be able to turn my dream into a reality. What could possibly go wrong? I guess we'll figure that out later. But you guys were so generous with the charity stream that you guys have earned the car content. So here we are, we're just going to see what happens. And the first thing that needs to happen is the wheels. The wheels have such a big impact on the look of the car overall already. Plus they're relatively easy to change. So before I go on to something bigger and harder and scarier, I thought a good place to start is the shoes. Now at the moment she's rolling on the stocky she came out of Japan with. They've got some gutter rash, they've seen some better days. Not from me, I promise you that. But if I can change those, we can get off onto a good start and immediately change the whole look of the car. So these are what we're gonna be chucking on right now. These are some Enkei T6Rs in 18 by 9.5, so an inch bigger than the 17 she's currently rolling on, but it should look really bloody good. At least I hope it will anyway. But they showed up just the other day. I haven't had a look at them just yet, so we're gonna go on a bit of a journey together. Quickly pop you open nice and gently. Don't want to mess anything up right off the bat, but that would definitely be me. All right, open you, open everything actually. Oh, here we go. You ready? Are you ready? Oh, they are gorgeous. Look at that. So they are a 6-spoke design, kind of like a TE37, but not $2,500 per wheel in, I was gonna say matte black, not matte black, they're gloss black. But that is really bloody lovely. I love the taper on the spokes as well. That is gonna look bananas. Oh, I'm drawn a little bit. Look at him. It's gonna gently put that back in the box, just like that, so you're nice and snug. Put your little hairnet back on as well. So I'm gonna give these a quick little test fit to make sure the fitment and stuff is all right. Buying wheels are the scariest thing I've ever done. If I get like one of the measurements wrong, suddenly I have a lot of very expensive metal that's just sitting around as a paperweight that I can't even resell or give back to the manufacturer. So hopefully I've got these all right and the fitment's all good. But before I send them off to get some rubber put around the outside of them, gonna whack them on, test it all out and see how she looks. I was actually gonna do the test fit on the rear wheels, but I don't have any chocks for the fronts, and jacking up the rear wheels when you don't have anything to stop the fronts from rolling is a bad idea. So instead, I'm gonna change out this one, do the test fit in the front and see how she looks, which means I'm gonna get my jack and jack up the car. Oh, there we go, come on. It's all fun and games until you're lying on your back on a dirty concrete floor with no room in this tiny ass garage trying to find the right jacking point. All right, I know you're in here somewhere. Come on, there you are. I just don't quite have enough room to jack it up from the front cross member in this garage, so instead we're just gonna go from the side. The chassis rails are already pretty munted from previous adventures, so nothing to worry about really there. This will be fine. Just gotta line it up with the right point and whack her up. Right, so next issue. Oh, the jack I've got is too big for this car, so it's gonna crush my side skirt if I try and jack it up with this one. That's fine. All right, well, guess we're using the smaller jack then. Damn it! Good to know. My little adventure is already off to a flyer. All right, let's see if we can get this one lined up the way we need it to. Chuck it in like that so I can get a bit of height on ya. Where are you? Where's the chassis points? Just there. All right, line you up. Want to make sure I get this dead center because the last thing I need right now is any sort of other problems with a car in the air. There's the chassis rail. I think you're okay. No, you're a little on the piss actually. I don't really like that. Let's get you down a little bit. The thing I'm worried about most with this is that like releasing the pressure and lowering the jack on this jack is a little bit how you're going. So not super thrilled at that prospect, but that's right on the guts. Good. Seamless. Now, I don't want to go too crazy with this. Just enough to get the wheel spinning is what I'm looking for. God damn, I hate this shorter handle. Come on, up you go, up you go. That should have you free spinning. Bearings still looking good, which is nice. But, for safety's sake, where are they? They're over here. From jacking up a car, I don't want to do it without jack stands. Even though I'm only doing it on one side, only takes a split second to lose your hand, and I use my hands way too often to risk losing it like that. So let's find your chassis rail, just like that, please, and whack you up like that, a little bit high. We can get you going. Safety first, always. That looks about right to me. Please go gently, just ever so slightly loosen that nut. There you go. That's looking good until you're sitting. How you looking? Perfect. Sitting on the jack stand, sitting on the jack as well. 2 points of failure just in case things go wrong, which means now need a screwdriver, get the bolt cap off, and an impact driver, and we're really doing it away. There you go. Just pop that open. Oop, shit, drop it on the ground, but that's all fine. Nice. Now all I need is you and you. And a battery will probably help as well, Josh. Need some juice. There we go. And abandon that and get an impact driver that actually has some balls. All right. Let's try this bigger boy because torque is its own solution and until it gets stuck. Damn it. Oh, fuck. All the nuts are off, so now just gotta very carefully and a little bit delicately, there we go, get you off, roll you out of the way. Oops. Just chuck you over there for a bit. How you looking? How you looking? You're looking bloody good, actually. Got the original Supra calipers on it as well that say Supra on it, which I friggin' love. It's all looking pretty good in here, actually. I don't think that is stock suspension. I think this may have had some coilovers chucked on it at some point. Here, I'll give you a squeeze. Come here. See that? That looks deceptively like a coilover to me, but we will figure that out in a moment because the first thing I'm gonna do is put the camera back to kind of where I had it, right about there. You know what? Aesthetics matter. I talk about this a lot. Aesthetics bloody matter. There's no point going through all this effort if you're just gonna ruin your brand new shoes with gross, ugly fingerprints. So, despite how it might be counterintuitive, I am gonna glove up before I love up, because I'm definitely gonna love these new wheels. Put the gloves over the top of all the grease and grime and shit on my hands from taking the wheel off, so I don't get it all over my brand new wheels. Just a little bit of effort, a little bit of paying attention will hopefully save me a lot of effort later on. All right, grab you. Oh, hey gorgeous, how you doing? All right, let's grab you. You are way lighter than the other ones, that is for damn sure. Let's try and get you all lined up very carefully. There's a hole just there. All right, easy. This was never my strong suit ever, but we're gonna get it in the hole just like, yep, there you go, just like that. All the way in. That clears the calipers nicely. Look at you. Here, come here. Come have a squiz with me. Look at that. I mean, I know it looks funny with no like tire on it and like the suspension unloaded and stuff like that, but that looks pretty bloody gorgeous to me. Fitment's good, PCD's good. All right, let's have a look. Come with me. Let's have a look at how it looks from this angle. How you looking? Pretty bloody bang on if I don't say so myself. Oh, I'm stoked. That's so good. Well, now that we've done that, I can now take you back off again. Easy does it, just like that, and put you right back in the box so that when old mate Tyree Boy comes around to chuck some rubber on you, you're going to be all nice and good. Put the little protective stuff back on it as well. There you go. And now I'm just going to chuck the old wheel back on. This seems like a lot of effort for not a lot of reward. Going to chuck the old wheel back on. Purely so, if I do have to take this out somewhere or I take it off the jacks because I don't want to leave it up on a jack stand overnight. If I've got to take it down, I've got to have the wheels on properly. We're going to torque it up as well to the right specs just to, stay in good practice. Now, remember how easy it was a second ago? Let's try and look how hard this is going to be. Get the holes lined up beforehand and come on. Right about, oh please. No, I've gone the wrong way. I've gone the wrong way. There. Come on, get in there, please. There you go. Oh my God, you heavy piece of shit. Oh, I'm so excited for the new wheels, you have no idea. All the nuts are tight, at least just tight enough by hand, which means now I've got to get my torque wrench and torque them up so that they're all up to spec. How the dick anyone does this stuff wearing glasses, I don't know. About every 4 seconds, my bloody glasses are falling off my face, so that's not making my life any more difficult. All right, grab you, torque wrench, the big boy. Gonna do it right. Anyway, let's get you set to the right PSI. No, foot-pounds, not PSI. The right foot-pounds and get you on. Before I can torque them up, because trying to torque up the wheels, this means the wheel is just gonna spin. So I need to drop it off the jack, put it down on the ground so it's got some resistance, and then torque it up that way, which means I need to get you off the jack stand. So just give you a couple of pumps, give you a little bit of looseness. There we go. Grab you, get you out of the way, and now, God, this scares me every time. The most delicate you've ever seen. Easy. There we go. Just ever so slightly. There you go. That's working out nicely for me. Straight down. Then the wheel takes the weight, which is about there. You can go a bit faster, all the way down. Happy days. Oh, I hate that jack so much. Jack out. Okay, what have we got? We've got this set. Oops, shit. 101 foot-pounds of torque, which is exactly what it's supposed to be. Let's just move you out of the way so we've got a little bit of room to maneuver. We're about there. Although now that the car's lower, it's out of shot. All right, I have to do some reassessment. Very last thing to do is just chuck on the old protective plate again. And we're done. Time for a frothy. Do this all again when we get the new tyres as well. So just, making it so she's ready to go next time I need her. Oh man, where's the fridge? All right, it is now several days later. Welcome back to the garage, and some things have changed since the last time we were here. First thing being, I no longer have stickers on my pants. In the time we've been away, I've learned how to dress myself, so that's pretty freaking exciting. But the other thing that's changed is don't go that way, is this bad boy. Finally got some rubber around the outside of my wheels here. I've gone with the 245s 40, I think they are. Yeah, 245s 40 R18 to suit the rim. I did initially want to go with the 225 40 R18s, but a bit of a thinner profile and a bit narrower this way as well. But because this is a 9.5 wheel, the 225s only go up to 9 inches, so they were way too stretched out to try and fit the wheel this way, which I know is the thing some people go for, but I don't particularly like the look of it. Plus, I want the tyre to stay attached to the wheel if I ever put some cornering power through it. So went up to a 245, it's still nice and slim, which I really like. And you can already see, if I waddle this one backwards a little bit, you can already see the difference it's gonna make between the two. Very, very excited to chuck these bad boys on. So to put this on, I have to do all the things I did the other day again, whip this bad boy off, chuck this bad boy on, and get excited. Now you guys saw me do all this stuff just the other day, so I don't really need to show it all again. All the same processes as before. Get the cap off, put that over there. Which way is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey? That way, get all the nuts out, and then, get the bloody nut stuck. There, that was a bit better. Get it stuck all over again. That's fine, it's fine. We've been here, we know what we're doing. Well, at least a little bit this time around. We're getting there, we should be fine. So this is what it is all coming down to. Need to get that wheel off. Come on, there you go. And just cheeky deeky roll you out of the way and leave you over here. Oh, here we go. Here we go, the big boys. Look at the difference. It's gonna be so good. So good. So the tires on this are a little bit thinner than the old tires were, but the wheels are a little thicker. So the rolling radius of this should be roughly the same. So hopefully the speedo will still be accurate when the push comes to shove on that one. Can I get you all lined up? More or less. This is going to be a little bit sketchy, but we've done it before. We can do it again. Let's get this on and see how it looks. I've got the wheel on the studs, which took a fair bit of work. It'll get cut out of the video. No one needs to see me squatted down, groaning and moaning and pissing about and making a big deal of not a very hard job. That's finally on there. But now we have the problem where the original wheel nuts won't actually fit in the sockets there, which is fine, because I'm gonna pretend like I had the foresight to fix this ahead of time, when in reality, I didn't. This is just a happy coincidence, because I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be cracking out and getting some nice glossy black wheels, these old wheel nuts aren't going to do the trick. So I have these ones, some nice proper purpley goodness to sit in there and really just kind of really get everything on theme. You can't really see because they're really bloody small, but I'll give you a bit of angle and a tick. I'm going to chuck a couple of those on, get it all, look at that. Look how good that is. Look how good that's going to look. So chuck them on, get the wheel on, drop it back down and see what it looks like when suspension's under load. And then do it 3 more times on the other corners of the car. It's gonna be sick. Just gonna get them on finger tight for now, just so the wheels are gonna go anywhere. Grab the next one and chuck it in. Got this like special tool as well for these nuts, not just a generic one, but that's all fine. Might make getting things changed a bit later on a bit more annoying, but all's well that ends well, I suppose. Oh shit, almost dropped it. We're fine, please don't scratch anything. If I'm gonna go at these with like any sort of power tool, I will protect the nuts a bit, try not to destroy the sheen on them a little bit, but just for now, just with my fingers, we'll be fine. My fingers don't do that much damage, or that much of an effect, so should all be gravy. Get them in, like that. It's already starting to look so freaking good. It's already starting to look so freaking good. I'm very excited. Come here, let me give you a little squeeze at what's happening in here. You can see those little nuts in there looking nice and purpley and hot, and everything kind of working out pretty okay. My shoddy camera work aside, really kind of accentuates the fact I need to get these calipers cleaned up and probably resprayed as well. They've got the Supra branding on them. These are obviously the bigger brakes that came off the RZ model. This is an SZR Supra, so it has all the bigger stuff on it for the turbos. But I'll get those cleaned up and repainted, I think, and probably in a purple to match these, and that should look absolutely sick. I'm stoked with that. Look at that. So now all that's left for me to do is quickly get the car up a little bit, get the old jack stand out of the way like you, and slowly but surely let you down. Real delicate, Josh. Being delicate and patient isn't really your strong suit, but we're going to figure this out together. Nice and slow. Just let it go. Let it go. You're all good. You're all gravy. Oh, yeah, it's starting to compress a bit. Oh my goodness, that fits so freaking well. So freaking well. Oh, I'm stoked with that. Oh, you gorgeous, gorgeous thing. My favorite thing about this, because it was a bit dicey going with new wheels, here, let me grab you, is the fitment down the line. Look at this. Look at that. You can't even, doesn't stick out at all, which, like, I know for a lot of people they kind of want it to, but in Victoria, in Melbourne, very strict laws about what you can do to your car and stuff, and having your wheels sticking out of the bodywork like that is a big no-no. So fortunately they don't, but more importantly, if I just chuck it back over here, look at that hotness. Oh, that sits so well. I'm stoked with that. Fuck yes. So these wheel nuts torque up a little bit differently to how the stock ones did. According to the box they came in, it's to 85 foot-pounds of torque. So got my trusty torque wrench here to give it a cheeky little tighten. But I don't know where I picked up this trick from, somewhere on the internet once upon a time. Because these have a nice kind of like shiny finish on them, I don't want to put too much pressure onto that and scuff up the finish. After all, we're doing all this stuff to make the car look sick. why would I not put in a little bit of extra effort to make sure that the finish on these nuts is still nice and spick and span? So getting like a little plastic bag or something like that, chucking it over the head like you, so it's not so thick that it changes the tolerances, so like it actually still fit over the nut, because they're all pretty tight. And then getting you, chucking you in like this so nothing gets a bit skewy. All the way on, please. Somewhere in there. Come on. Oh, no, hang on. I need to push all of this inside the hole. No one get any ideas. So what I've done is I've grabbed one of the spare nuts out of the box over there and pushed it in the plastic into the tool itself. So now I know that the plastic's actually in there and it's fitted up to the bolts. All I've got to do now is just gently pull it out, please. There we go. It's the best thing I've ever pulled out of my life. Didn't make a mess of it at all. Nice. So now you, oh dickhead, I just ruined it by moving it, but I think we're okay. So now you should be right to squeeze ever so gently onto one of these bad boys. Somewhere there. Come on, find it. Yeah, I love it when it fits in nice and snug like that. Perfect. And now we just torque her up. You know what? Now that this is done and it's actually on the car and I can see what it looks like, I am absolutely stoked with how that's turned out. Look at it. It looks so good. And considering I came into this with no idea what I was doing, just frantically Googling everything I could think of to try and figure out how to get it done. Now that it's on the car, I can actually see what it looks like. I'm so stoked, man. I'm so freaking stoked with how that's gone. That could have gone tits up so freaking easy. I could have bought the wrong size wheels. I did buy the wrong size tires, but we got that fixed. I'll still take the L on that one. Call it a learning experience. But now that it's here, it's rolling and it's torqued up and it's good to go. I'm so happy. I'm so freaking happy. So now all I need to do is do the same thing on the other 3 corners, get the other wheels on, get it ready to go. I will have to drive like 100 kilometers or so to break in the wheel nuts and break in the wheel, make sure there's no issues, no rubbing or anything like that, and re-torque it afterwards to make sure it's good to go. But I couldn't be happy with that. It's the look that I wanted. It fits the car how I wanted. The little bit of purple in here, a little sprinkling of fuck yeah on something that's already getting my nipples so bloody tingly. I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy freaking smiley boy. The next thing though, the next thing I think I need to do, there's a lot of room up here between the top of the tire and the body of the car. Plus there's like a lot of space inside in the wheel well. So the next thing is gonna be suspension. I wanna camber in the wheels just a little bit, get the top up under the body just that little bit. Not full stance pants, not like full angular camber, just a little bit of a nudge in the right direction, which means I have to change the suspension, which means taking off the wheels again, pulling out all the guts of it and changing all the internals. But that's okay, because you know what's in a box just over there? A brand new set of coilovers. That'll be the next thing for me to do after I've broken in the wheels. So to put the other wheels on, go park it somewhere pretty and just salivate a little bit. So there you go. I reckon that's a pretty good place to leave the video. The wheels are on the car, which is great, and actually still on the car. It's several weeks later now and they haven't fallen off yet, which I think is an absolute win. I may have forgotten to film an outro when I filmed all the other stuff you just saw. I had no idea how much content I would need, how long the video would be, so just kind of left it hanging, which means future Josh has to step in and fix it up. Speaking of how long the video is actually, at the end of all this, once I've done all the projects, I don't know, maybe I'll like stitch it all together into one big super cut, but that is a future Josh's problem. And speaking of future Josh, the next step he has to do is chuck on some brand new springs, some new suspension, new coilovers onto that to lower the ride height just that little bit. Get it squatted down a little bit more, a bit lower to the ground so it feels a bit wider, a bit curvier, a bit stancier. Just all good things that I want to happen. That is going to have to happen when I continue to try and learn how to work on cars and figure out what I'm doing in the next episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter, but I don't talk to you there first. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.